Mm-hmm.
The chandeliers.
What?
It sounds like chandeliers.
Hey, yeah. Hey, okay. Yeah. We're back
In this building again.
Yeah.
We in the place.
Alright,
Feeling
ladies and gentlemen. We gotta talk. I want to give you the friendly introduction, all that stuff. But we gotta talk, man. Welcome back to the TheBryanBrothers podcast.
Man.
Yeah. We gotta talk, man.
This is a community conference right now that we're about to have.
Yeah, this is a city conference.
A country conference.
Yeah, a country conference that we gotta have right now because
get your coffee, get whatever you need.
Yeah, where my manners this morning. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you had your coffee. If you're on the way to work watching this, you're sitting down reading a book. You're in the gym and you're like, yo, let me listen to the TheBryanBrothers and get right while I get my summer body right. Shout out to you, man, whenever you're watching
whatever
this.
You gotta do. This is a conference, so we need you to pay attention and we need you to give us our feedback because this is a conference. I'm going to say this a lot of times today.
All right.
This is a conference.
So, the Toronto Raptors hosted the Philadelphia 76ers in Toronto, in our city. And, we got to talk, guys.
This is a conference.
We got to talk. So, I think we should just get right into it, because, I'm really antsy right now. So, guys, let's get into the first quarter.
So,
let's get into it, man.
Like I said, this is a conference. And the first discussion we're going to have for our conference is the first quarter.
Yeah.
So, right away, it started off somewhat nice. It was looking okay.
It was looking promising. Like, the Raptors were like, we're going to take you guys to the promised land.
It was looking good. Siakam, I felt, was about to start off good because he shook up Embiid a little bit. I like that little baseline action,
A little shimmy, a little crisscross, you know what I'm saying?
I was like, okay.
Yeah. Kyle Lowry was looking good in the beginning.
Lowry was on his driving game.
Yeah, man.
He definitely got his G license today.
The car was starting.
The engine started pretty solid.
Yeah.
He got his oil change.
Yeah.
It was looking really good at the beginning. We thought he had his oil change. So, right away.
Yeah.
Jimmy, as we know from the last game, wasn't Jimmy.
Yeah.
Jimmy wasn't Jimmy. But this game, Jimmy came out saying, you guys think you can boss me around.
Yeah.
And
he was a former boss.
It's not gonna happen right now.
No.
And he came out, one corner three. Alright, cool, no worries, we got it going. Play after play, down again, hit another corner three, and I said, hold on.
Excuse me, sir.
You're hitting from both sides right now? Let me talk to you for a minute, Jimmy. Who do you think you are right now?
Yeah, because he's not the boss anymore, right?
And he's not the boss. But you know what? Philly started to take advantage of that. And I didn't like that. The inside presence, we weren't flexing like how we were because I seen a lot of aggression from Philly. Ennis, this guy that came from Houston, got sent to Philly, was a different guy. Who are you talking to also, bro?
Yeah, who you trying to flex on? Who you dropping buckets on? He was knocking down 3-pointers, driving, getting fouled and ones in the first quarter.
You had a three, bro? You had a block on some of our guys. I did not appreciate that. You came out and you questioned the mandem of Toronto.
Yeah.
And on top of that, a next guy I want to ask, who does he think he is Greg Monroe.
Oh, my God.
He played like a different guy. Greg, who are you, bro?
Greg, when you played for Toronto, we didn't see any of that. Bro, I didn't know you were capable of scoring buckets.
You should take pride when you're playing with Toronto because your name is Moose.
Yeah.
Canadian, what's on the quarter, bro?
Yeah, the Moose.
Come on.
Yeah.
You definitely showed your Moose effect here.
Yeah. But you weren't playing on our side, so I was kind of confused because he was bodying Marc Gasol he was scoring buckets in the paint, screaming and one all the time. No one's touching you.
Yeah.
And guys, he was grabbing boards and scoring.
Definitely.
Like Greg Monroe, who used to play for the Raptors. Yes, formerly in the past.
Yeah.
He was dropping buckets early on.
Man, he was definitely doing his thing. Philly was definitely assertive. First quarter, I was just kind of like, whoa, they definitely did their research. They noticed the inside was something that they weren't taking advantage as much, and they started doing that. So first quarter, they definitely took that one away.
And Raptors they weren't able to get baskets like they normally do.
No.
It just seemed like, everything was a struggle. Plays just kept getting broken up. The defense from Philadelphia, was super aggressive. They weren't taking, anything for granted. Every time they had a chance to stop the Raptors, it just seemed like they did.
Definitely. Moving on to the second quarter.
Yeah, wait, can we just tell them what the score was? It was 26-17, the ending of the first, which means the Raptors were playing from behind.
We were definitely playing from behind. If you want to compare it to first quarter of game one, we definitely had the up and up going. The energy was there. Energy wasn't so there. We weren't hitting our shots. We were getting good looks, but weren't hitting it. On to the second quarter. Going from then into the first, you definitely can tell the 3-point was not working for us. We were
absolutely not
1 for 10 going into the second.
1 for 10.
That wasn't looking well. Another thing too that I noticed. Philly, we know, is not the greatest 3-point team in comparison with us.
Yes.
But for some reason, when we had our bench guys come on, Serge Ibaka kept jumping every time Joel Embiid pumped fake for a shot, whether it be a 3 or a 2. Yeah. And he wasn't sitting in the chair like how Nick was saying it earlier. He just wanted to jump for everything. Yeah. I felt he was getting a little aggravated because he wasn't getting a shot.
He hit his head off the little side post, the padded post right underneath the rim. He was talking to himself and he was like, boom, just hit his head off the pad.
He was getting too jumpy and he was fouling a little bit too much. It was like he was under pressure or he was just tense. Like, I'm not sure what it was, but Sergi, we need you to kind of just not really jump too much. If you're seeing Joel
don't jump.
If Joel's hitting a couple and you need to contest that, I understand you're a great blocker and you want to contest.
But put out your
the hand in the face works really good too, man.
Almost every time Joel Embiid had the ball out from 3-point line, he would just pump fake and Serge Ibaka was in the air. And then obviously Embiid is smart enough, very intelligent basketball player, draws the foul. So it's like, you gotta be decisive, man. If you're gonna jump, do it in a way where you're not gonna, land in his space.
Yeah.
Just jump up, man, or get your hand right in his face.
Definitely.
But avoid that foul because putting him at the line gets him going.
Definitely.
And he was also sick last night.
He was sick tonight? Or last night's game. Yeah, this game that went by. He was sick, man.
Yeah, I think it was gastronitis or whatever it is that he had.
Still had knee problems.
And Serge, he was just whipping that back, man. I don't even want to curse, but like...
Yeah, he was definitely giving it to you, man.
Whipping that behind, man. So, yeah.
On the flip side, Kawhi was definitely being assertive and being aggressive.
Yep.
I seen when he hit a 3, and I was like, okay, he's getting into his role. Yeah. And then JJ came back and said...
And started knocking him down. And he's a hard guy to catch off the screen. Because if you do not get over that screen in time, especially if Joel Embiid is setting that screen, you're done. All he needs is like a second of time just to look at where that net is, and man, click clack, like you said, boom.
Definitely, he hit that in response, came back, hit a 2 from mid. I was just like, okay, let's try and stop getting him on his rhythm. And then after that, a little stat showed up which kind of aggravated me a bit. Our rebounding, we were down 27-10. And they put this up around like the 6:35 mark, saying that we were getting out rebounded. The aggression was not there.
No.
I was like, okay, we need to find some other way to pick it up.
Yeah.
That's where I thought, assuming because we shot really good last game, we were going to do it this game.
That's what I was thinking as well.
Another thing that I started to notice after saying that was, I was like, Kyle, I don't know, maybe because your hand got jammed and that's affecting you and you're hesitant to shoot. But there were some plays where a setup play, Kyle would give it to Mark. Mark would fling it right back to Kyle.
It's like,
Kyle's not looking for a shot. Hezzy. Okay, let me just pass it right on
and pass it off. Yeah.
And I'm just like, yo, why are we not taking the shots that we know we can hit?
That's exactly right. So
we need to show that we're not afraid to shoot that ball. Mm-hmm. If you're shooting it too much and you're in a slump, then start driving.
Fine.
But we were doing this, I want to drive right now.
And it's like,
we're a good shooting team.
Yeah, shoot the ball. Guys, I'm pretty sure you know, but if you're watching last night, you can see that Kyle Lowry passed up a lot of shots in the first half. And you could tell that he got frustrated because then when he actually had to make a play, he would look for the contact first.
Yeah.
Not really looking to score the ball, but just trying to get the contact so that way he can go to the free throw line.
Definitely.
And it's like, you guys know Kyle Lowry in the regular season, how he gets down. If he comes off that screen, he's shooting that ball. There's a specific play where he runs off at least 2 screens, and he's either the left or the right side, and he's wide open from 3-point line after curling off that screen. I think the last person is Marc Gasol or usually Ibaka. He's wide open, and he got that. I think they ran that play a couple times. He did not shoot it. He just skipped the ball to somebody else.
Yeah.
So that was really tough for Kyle Lowry in the first half. And then getting into Pascal Siakam. Siakam was trying to move his way into the paint, guys, but big bodies like Joel Embiid. Boban didn't really have too much of an effect.
He didn't really play.
Yeah, he didn't really even play that much. So the big bodies kind of altered that for Pascal Siakam to really get his game going. And Greg Monroe too was throwing up his body as well, right? And he kind of knows the Raptors, so he can give some in and outs as to their plays and their execution style. So Pascal Siakam, he struggled a little bit in the first half, really trying to look for a shot. The 3-point ball wasn't really falling for him in the beginning.
Definitely not
the Raptors were searching for answers. And the only answer that they had was Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard carried over the torch, man, and just carried it over to himself and just continued to ball and score when necessary.
He definitely did. And even going into the third from that, talking about shooting and trying to ball, 3 points, we were looking really terrible. We were 3 for 17.
Guys. Terrible.
By that point, we were 3 for 17. 3 for 17 from 3.
What?
It was looking a little bit like a problem, but like you're talking about Kawhi, he started to get really assertive in the second half. There was some good looks. I seen a Kawhi to Gasol, back to Kawhi for a lay. There was a couple other plays where he was looking good off the fade. We ended up starting picking it up. Went on a 10-0 run. That was looking effective. And then once again, it seemed like we were playing desperado. I don't know what to do. Give the ball to Kawhi. Pass. We don't know what's going on. We're not going to take our shots. Give it to Kawhi. And that to me was a problem. I know I said that twice because it seemed like that was really how the Raptors were playing.
No, it was.
Right off the bat, once again, Philly bench play was really effective. Ennis Monroe started playing alive.
Yeah.
They were really aggressive.
And Jimmy, too.
Jimmy was honestly the real aggressor from the jump.
Yeah.
He was getting and ones. There was a couple controversial plays. Tell us how you feel about this Jimmy kicking on his leg. Me and my bro were talking what he's saying. There's a couple shots that looked like it was normally Jimmy's type of shot, but there was one play where that guy kicked out his leg and that looked like mad.
Danny Green actually picked up the foul. But I've been watching Jimmy Butler's game for some time now. And what I see from him is usually on his shots, he kind of kicks out his right foot. So, I don't know. But specifically on that play, it looked like he really tried to kick it out to get Danny Green to enter his space. And then he just fell down. And he also made the shot, too, which made it even worse.
Yeah, that was an insult to injury, man.
Easy 4-point play for Jimmy Buckets.
Definitely.
And the good times for the 76ers just kept on rolling.
It kept rolling, but with that being said, we were starting to fight back because Pascal knocked down a corner 3 I seen in the third.
Yes.
Kawhi then knocked down a 3. We were down by 4. It looked like we were coming back. We had some good passing going on. I even seen a play where Siakam got a nice pass with a nice floater inside, and that guy was getting amped up. He was vexed, man.
I think Ben Simmons felled him on that play, but that was because the refs
weren't calling nothing.
They weren't calling anything. And you know what's funny? There's a specific ref. Somebody posted it, I think, on 6 Buzz or something. But there was a specific ref during this game. It was either Mike Callahan, David Guthrie, or Scott Wall. But either of the three of them, one of them actually was a born Philly native. So people are saying, oh, because he was born in Philly, you think he was trying to help Philadelphia 76ers? And then you got the guy sitting in the front with the 76ers banner. Every time they score, he's holding up the Philly banner like, yeah! Bro, did you see him at the end of the game? I wish I was there, man. I would have threw my popcorn on him,
so annoyed at him, man.
At the end of the game, he turns around to the crowd and he's like, "Dah!" Like showing off his 76ers.
That guy's a big fan.
Poster.
Our super fan. That same guy, he needs to start throwing that up in his face.
Them guys need to go at it, man.
No, the Raptors super fan, our main guy that comes
like
to all
Nav or something like that.
You need to start pulling out a Raptors banner every time you score and throw that up in his face.
I know he has money, man.
You definitely could buy a banner and you can start waving that.
Yeah, man.
Come on,
because he's definitely going to Philadelphia for this.
Yeah, he's going to Philly.
So I think he owns a Hyundai dealership.
He owns a car dealership.
Don't quote me, but I know it's a car dealership. So he's swimming in some.
I want to see the next home game. You have a Flyer super fan. So
something, man.
Throw one up because this Sixer guy, I've been watching him from.
He was going hard, guys.
He was doing that, so we need to make sure that doesn't raise up in the air as much. Going on to the fourth, man. Yep. That's where it kind of really got a little bit close and gritty.
Yeah, it was closer for the Raptors because then they dialed in. And what I don't understand is why now? You should be dialing in from the first quarter. Guys, Kyle Lowry just comes alive in the fourth quarter.
We weren't hitting our shots.
We weren't.
Pretty much.
When we needed to make buckets, Kyle Lowry was wide open. And he's been passing out those shots, but this time he knocked down 2 back-to-back three-pointers, which brought us within striking range.
Yeah.
So the Raptors were looking good. Times were rolling for the Raptors. Siakam was having his way, still getting fouled, but still just pushing through the calls.
Even with that being said, in addition, what I want to say, though, that was where I really seen how desperate Raptors are going because to me, it seemed like Kawhi was doing everything. I don't feel like there was enough aggression from the other players when they needed to be. When they needed to set up a play, it was like pass, screen, run around. Here's Leonard trying to ISO this man to try and draw in the player and kick it out, and it wasn't working.
But even when they doubled, Kawhi just dribbled around it because, you know what? It almost seemed as if he took it upon himself to say, you know what?
He did.
I guess it's on me. I got to be the one to score every play. And guys, he was getting and ones, making his free throw baskets, hitting, the 3-pointer from almost everywhere, the corner, straight away at the top of the 3-point range. At the top of the 3-point line. He was hitting almost all of his shots, just staying super aggressive. Because guys, if you didn't watch this game, when I mean everybody was out of the way, just giving the ball to Kawhi to go to work.
It felt
everybody,
like Kawhi,
man.
It felt like Kawhi versus Philly.
Guys, we were looking at the TV like, I can't believe everybody is freezing up right now.
Yeah.
It was really disturbing.
Maybe I think it was just a confidence of just not hitting shots is why I felt like that, but we needed to get it going. Jimmy, on the other hand, was playing big boy. The lays, the and one screaming.
Man.
He hit a big clutch 3, and I was just like, whoa, like, come on, man.
It was just ridiculous. And even just to talk about Greg again, Greg Monroe was just grabbing boards and everything, and I'm just thinking
he was doing all of that.
Where is this coming from? Sorry, I had to talk about him again.
He got injured again though, so
yes, I think
the ankle was, but he put his body on the line for.
He left with an ankle injury.
The last deciding factor that kind of was to me, which was game done. Embiid had the ball last couple of minutes, up and under, made Siakam and Mark jump.
Yeah.
And one of them, Mark should have jumped. Siakam should not have jumped and stayed down, and probably went up for the. At least from the up and under, Mark should have jumped. Well, Mark did jump. Siakam should have stayed and waited. And then once he tries to come for the over, Siakam maybe should have came in for the block. Bad timing, but maybe you're in the moment.
Exactly.
But that definitely hurt. One final thing I want to say without running my mouth, the bench. Raptors bench.
Yeah, because we can go on about this. Man, we didn't even touch on any stats or nothing, but the bench.
We'll just make that quick. I'll just make this quick. Fred, 0 points. Norman Powell, 3. Ibaka, 2. Even starting guy Danny Granger only had 3 points. The bench was ineffective.
Yeah, the Green Ranger, man, he only had 3 points.
Wasn't effective.
And you know what? We'll close with this. The final seconds. Kyle Lowry has the ball at the top of the 3-point line, and as he has the ball, he kind of misdribbles, goes through Tobias Harris's legs, manages to scrape the ball back, kicks it out to Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard pump fakes, kicks it over to Danny Green, and just to tie the game, Danny Green misses the shot. We're not going to crucify Danny Green because you know what?
Shot, man.
I can live with that. But had he made one extra pass, Siakam was wide open in the corner with a guaranteed shot. And I know there's a high percentage of him knocking that.
I felt the impulse probably was like really high because you know what?
There were still 10 seconds on the clock.
The minute Kyle slipped up on that play and he lost his dribble, I felt that probably
momentum.
That probably just got everybody feeling like, shoot, like I gotta do something immediately. And you know, like what Jack said, sometimes the best opportunities are off of scramble plays. But you know what? I can live with that one. So
let's touch on some stats. The player of the game for us, pertaining to the Raptors, is Kawhi Leonard. Played 42 minutes, 35 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. He shot 13 for 24 from the field. And he was 3 for 10 and 3-point shooting, which tells you the volume that he shot for 3-pointers.
Definitely.
Just shows he was really trying to get his team going.
When you look at the stats overall, too, in the game matchup, we did pretty well. The only 2 things that standed out really big was Philly out-rebounded us 54-37. And then when it comes to free throws, these guys were 24 for 26. Philly was...
There you go.
Was definitely giving us the work, man. But hey,
so honestly, Raptors, we got to do better. And also, let's look at the turnovers. Philly had 19 turnovers. The Raptors had 9. We should have capitalized on all those turnovers from Philadelphia. But you know what? Man. It wasn't. So shout out to the Philadelphia 76ers. I don't want to have to say that, but they take this game 94-89. Raptors, do better.
1-1.
Next game, we gotta bring the heat.
Meat Mill is definitely gonna go ham.
He ain't even coming. They don't want him over here.
So imagine now at Philly, he's definitely gonna make a lot of noise, man.
So moving on to the next game, Portland Trailblazers and the Denver Nuggets.
Yep.
This game was actually really fun to watch. I had a good time watching this one.
This to me was like the battle of the bigs.
Yeah.
There was 2 bigs that was going on. Kanter and Jokic, man. They were going off. Kanter, shout out to you, but you better keep that shoulder in place, man.
Yeah, because one play, this guy threw the ball down so hard. He's like, ugh. It was immediate. Just go for an easy layup. He was wide open.
Immediate aggressive. So first quarter to start, Jamal says, you know what, because he's a great one, name is Jamal, went for a 3.
Yep.
Click, clap, bang. Lillard said, who are you?
Came back.
Hit a 3 right away. I was like...
Yeah, and the ball was... the ball was working around for both teams. It's really good to see the ball movement. Not to, disrespect the Raptors, but... You guys don't really move the ball too much.
No, we do.
We do, but not enough, man.
This game.
Don't
judge it off of this
I
game.
Can't, man. I'm hurt, man. Guys, I'm hurt. But you know what? We'll leave that game in the past. I'm looking forward to the future. Sorry, Raptors, but I just had to throw that out there. But you know what? Both teams, for the Portland Trailblazers and the Denver Nuggets, they were working the ball around, and it was so nice to watch.
When I seen what I seen when the ball was working around, especially on Denver's side, the Jamal and Jokic show, the Joker and the Arrow show, they were giving the ball, feeding each other, man, and that was definitely
really nice to watch.
Nice, man.
And Jokic said it in an interview. That. He's like, "Yo, I want you guys to write this down." And he started talking about their relationship between himself and Jamal. That man, they're 2 young guys, and the team is full of young guys. They're young hustlers, man. Yeah. Beasley and Harris, man, them guys are grinders, man. Mm-hmm. Plumlee,
Malik Beasley, definitely, man.
They're just grinders. So moving on. This game was an extreme
this game was really good.
Yeah.
The shooting and the scoring was very efficient because Jamal was hitting, like we said. Canner was hitting. McCollum was looking really good off of the start. It was to the point that both teams' first quarter were shooting 60%. That was really efficient.
Yeah, for playoffs.
Mans were taking the right shots at the right time. That was looking really clean. Second quarter, because the first one was pretty much like neck and neck with it.
Yeah.
Denver was actually looking good on fast break points. They definitely know how to blaze it, man. And when they do, they start scoring right away. Fast break points for them was actually like 7, but you know what? The points off of turnovers, though, big difference too. You can see it in the stats. They were definitely taking off.
Yeah, they were forcing that because if you can see, Denver had 12 steals for the game, and Portland Trailblazers, that was a tongue twister. Portland Trailblazers had 6. So Denver was active on defense. They were getting that ball, and they were just running and gunning it down.
Honestly, right away, transition for Portland too was pretty good. I seen Lillard running it down, pulling up for the tray.
Yeah.
Canner was getting his rebounds on his part too.
Yeah.
He was getting like the offensive rebounds and the putbacks like crazy.
Yeah. He was legit working like.
That was definitely looking good. A mismatch that I seen throughout the game when it was set up, or if people were looking low key, Millsap on Aminu. Millsap was
crushing
Aminu.
Yeah, he was crushing Aminu.
Aminu was getting the word.
Yeah.
But right after, Jokic started hitting his shots.
Yeah.
The lays, he was hitting his 3-pointers right away. The pick and roll to Jamal. Jamal would come back from mid-range.
Man. Yeah.
That was looking really clean out in the game. Jumping into the second half, I felt the same energy was going, but Portland was definitely trying to go. Rodney Hood, he started playing really nice,
man.
bro.
He played for Cleveland, and LeBron's like, Rodney, this is what you're going to do. This is what you're not going to do.
I'm free from the LeBron curse,
he's
bro.
He's free from the chains. He can ball and do what he got to do. And you can see that man has some skill. So he was balling. You know who was really nice to watch? Like, it's obvious, but Damian. Like, he was just shooting that ball so efficiently, man. Remember that step back that he had on Jokic?
That was earlier in the game, yeah.
I just wanted to bring that back up. And then he hit another big one on Jamal Murray as well from like the same area.
He started...
I don't know, man. He's just nice.
He started getting a little bit aggravated because he was driving a lot and not getting his fouls. You even seen one play during the game where he looked at the ref and was like, and one, like, where's my foul, bro? He definitely wanted to get his acknowledgement. He still put up big points. McCollum, on the other hand,
you gotta talk about him as well.
He was putting up some big points too. His lay game and him, McCollum and Lillard's lay game was looking really pure. Damian had a nice one where his
layups are actually
nice, man.
His layups are graceful.
It definitely
I'll say that. I remember he had this very nice play. He was driving on the right side. Driving on the left side, and then he finished off on the right side, but he had to extend the arm and finish, and it was just super nice. I was hearing the commentators; they were going crazy. But yeah, his game is so efficient, man. Even the way he shoots the ball. You know, I'm just gonna say this: Damian Lillard's basketball game is graceful. There's so much grace in his game. That's a weird word to use for some of you guys, but his basketball game is graceful.
His game was really pure. I felt key factors getting in, just to jump into the fourth. Malik Beasley, back-to-back threes, was getting his guy fired up. Will the Thrill...
That's my guy, man.
Nice,
man. Thrill.
Even on Portland's end, Seth Curry, I seen his little step back, kickback tray. That was looking good. It went back to one point at Millsap taking advantage of Aminu again. And then towards the ending, Jokic and Jamal were just like taking over again, and that to me seemed like it was just a clean up.
So let's get into some stats just to close this out here. Enes Kanter played 33 minutes, 26 points, 7 rebounds. He was 11 for 14 from the field. Damian Lillard played 43 minutes, 39 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, 12 for 21 from the field, and he was 4 for 12 in 3-point shooting. And the last was CJ McCollum, played 38 minutes, 16 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. He was 7 for 17 from the field.
They tried,
and he was 2 for 7 in 3-point shooting.
Jokic had a nice 37 points, 9 and 6 he finished off with. almost flirted with a double-double. That was pretty good.
He's flirting.
Him and Jamal connection was really good. Jamal was actually hitting from mid-range and everywhere else. Do you have any stats on that right now of Jamal Murray? Because that guy was...
So let's pull up some stats for Jamal Murray. He played 34 minutes. He had 23 points. Didn't really rebound the ball too well. He didn't...
Well, you got Jokic there.
That's fine. He had 8 assists. He was 8 for 15 from the field. And he was 3 for 6 in three-point shooting, which is a good night for Jamal. I think we should also touch on... No, not really Will. Millsap.
Paul
Millsap was working.
He took advantage of
so let's get into his stats. For 28 minutes, he had 19 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. He shot 7 for 12 from the field, and he did not make any three-point shots. But that's fine. You know what? They had everybody scoring, man, and that's what matters. It's a team game, right? They were sharing the ball. Everyone was doing their part, and that's when you get the W.
Shout out to Malik Beasley, Will the Thrill. He was definitely good.
Yeah, and Gary Harris as well.
Gary Harris was nice too, man. He had a hang time up and under lay that went in. Oh my goodness!
And it was just really nice to watch him get this W.
So definitely was good.
That was it for basketball last night, guys. We hope that you guys watched the games and that you enjoyed them, because we definitely did. And for Raptors, please, guys, we need this W.
Game 3 in Philly.
Yeah, come on, guys. Shout out to all you guys who are watching, still showing up at the Raptors Square, Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
And, so, hey, do us a big favor, man. Subscribe, like, and comment.
Comment what we need to do, Raptors, for Game 3 in Philly, man.
Yeah.
Comment, man.
Comment. What
y'all
does the Raptors
like
gotta
us.
do?
Fill us in.
Yeah, man. We greatly appreciate you guys.
Definitely.
Like I said, subscribe. We greatly appreciate you guys for tuning in to
Talk
the
to y'all
Brothers.
soon, man. Love is love.
All the best. Yeah.